Our game, our primetime NBC game, Colorado versus Nebraska, Huskers favored by 7.5 points at home. I'm literally podcasting from Lincoln. I've been here this week. We were embedded with the program for a few days. Spent a lot of time with Dylan, Raiola, Matt Rhule, the staff, everyone. Really excited for this game. And by the way, Lincoln is jazzed. Like everyone here is so hyped. Like there's so much excitement and anticipation of this game because you have the historic rivalry with Colorado and Nebraska. And then everyone's still really pissed off about last year and how last year ended, and no Coach Prime fans anywhere in this city right now. So it's going to be fun. This one's going to be really fun.
It could be one of the greatest environments that we see all year, really. And that's what I'm excited about. I think Nebraska is a much better team than they were a year ago. And I don't think Colorado has that same kind of that high and that buzz that they were kind of riding off of when they played last year. And I think the game plan becomes pretty simple for Nebraska. It's you got to contain Shedeur, certainly. Okay, Travis Hunter, you got to know where he's at when he's in the game on offense, and then Jimmy Horn Jr. And I think if you can make the game difficult for those guys, and I'm not saying that to say it's an easy task, but if you do that, it's going to be a really long day for Colorado. The other part is Nebraska should move the ball on this Colorado defense. Like Dion versus defense has been one of the greatest rivalries in college football over the last year. So I think they just got to not turn the ball over, and they'll put points up on the board.
Yeah, and I think that's the key really for them this season is to not turn the ball over, because if they just had quarterbacks that could contain and control the offense and not turn the ball over, they would have won a lot more games. They would have been bowl eligible by now. We wouldn't be talking about this streak dating back to 2016 of the last time they were in a bowl game. So this year, and that's again why I think as you look at Raiola's debut, no turnovers, just as impressive as over 200 yards passing, which was hard for that offense to do. They didn't have any games last year where they had over 200 yards of passing yards. So there's just a lot to be excited about. And I think they understand that if they fix the things that they self-inflicted mistakes, that they should be well positioned in this game. I mean, that was one of Matt Rhule has said this publicly. He says it to his team a lot. You're a good team. He knows that they're capable of winning games this year that they maybe didn't last year, or this program didn't 2 years ago before he got here. And so I think that message is really clear. He wants them to take the counter punch, or take the punches and counter punch. He wants them to, yes, they have incredible skill players, Colorado, contain as much as possible, prepare for all of their tendencies. But if they strike first, to handle it well, to stay even keeled, and to respond. And I think that message and that kind of identity is really important. He still wants this program to be defense oriented. We saw them take such huge steps last year on that side of the ball. Yep. That only continues about just they want that to be their calling card. They want that to help the true freshman quarterback that they know and think can be really special, but they want to play complementary football. And I think they're really well positioned to do that this year. And they have good pieces around Dylan. He's really even keel. We obviously haven't seen him go through something difficult yet. We haven't seen him turn over the ball. We haven't seen him lose a game. But I think he's ready for all of that. He's just really studious. He has a really good head on his shoulders. And everyone we talk to they believe that he can shoulder what he needs to bring Nebraska back to relevance. But they also believe they have really good pieces around him to help him with that. So I'm excited to see this matchup. I think they're going to avenge their loss from last year, which was painful. And I think they are going to cover. I think this is going to be a coming out party for Nebraska as, hey, look at us. We're back. Matt Rhule is a great hire. He's a great turnaround guy. He always takes a big jump in year 2. It's year 2 now. Look at our schedule. We're going to be bowl eligible by Halloween.
Yep. I'm with you on all those things that you said. I think they cover as well. Bowl eligible by Halloween is going to feel so weird for Nebraska fans, right? Because it's just been so long since they've been able to say that they go to a bowl. The idea of them starting off 7-0 is not out of the question.
They could definitely be 7-0 heading into Ohio State. And listen, I actually think this is the schedule obviously is their friend, very helpful. But I would love the idea of getting that bowl eligibility, the 6th win out and out of mind so early.
Yeah.
Like last year, it just hung over the last month of the season.
Yeah.
They're at 5 wins, and there is painful ways to lose, and you wish you could take them back. Matt Rhule told me that he was glad that they lost those games the way that they did, because he learned so much about his team and the way they would come back that week at practice, that they would come back and fight the following week. Obviously you want to be bowl eligible, but I thought that was really interesting because this is a program that had found new and painful ways to lose over the last 5 years. Yes. So to find a positive in some of those was really interesting. He's a great coach.
Yeah, he's an impressive guy for sure.